Good evening. This is the news from rural and regional Australia. I'm Baddeley, professional golfer. Don't jive like a turkey. That's the message from the Mackay branch of Trucking Association. The slogan is part of a new campaign aiming to raise awareness about safety for our truckies. Ian Single from the association says they do have a fairly bad reputation out there, but the figures over the last 10 years show that fatalities involving articulated vehicles have fallen over 25%.
We do have a fairly bad reputation out there. However, the figures over the last 10 years show that fatalities involving articulated vehicles have fallen by over 25%.
Tasmanian researchers are studying ways for campers to stop dumping on the state's wilderness. Each year, 20,000 visitors to our World Heritage Area leave behind at least 2,700 kilos of feces, 20,000 litres of urine and hundreds of tampons. The researchers think that they may have an answer to the problem.
Well, one idea is that we pack it in and carry it out and with these poo tubes, but they won't take off until we can find a way of disposing what's in the tube.
Bull sale records continue to be toppled. At the Gracemere sale yards outside Rockhampton last week, Roger and Lorraine Jeffress of Elrose Stud paid a staggering $85,500 for a grey Brahman Lansfield signature. After the sale, Mr. Jeffress said he couldn't go past the bull's genetics, breeding and performance figures. Signature has a paddock of girl cows already waiting for him at his new home. And finally, for the invaluable stock tips, here's Channel 7's leading finance analysts, Roy Slavin and H.G. Nelson.
Yes, thanks very much, Aaron. And this week, some disturbing news, or disturbing for some, that Australia is now consuming more alcohol than ever before, and it's really becoming a problem. But there is gain for investors who have an eye for a bargain, and I'm not talking about Liquor Stop either, and a half a dozen of VB. What I'm talking about is Southcorp, an investment of $7.39 at the moment. I think they closed. That represents tremendous value, and there's a lot of heat in that Southcorp stock yet. So if you do have a spare lazy, say $10 or $15, buy a couple of shares. You could do a lot worse. And my other tip for the top is Thintech, trading at the moment at 0.059 cents. That's right, you heard it. If you had $10 on Thintech, you'd be a multi-millionaire in the share caper instantly. Thintech, I don't know what they do, but it's bound to be good. Roy.
Yes, actually, 3 weeks ago, it might have been 2 weeks ago on this program, I announced the discovery of Lassiter's Reef. Unfortunately, this sent gold stocks across the world plummeting from a record high of $280.5 US down to around 274. I do apologise to investors out there for making that announcement, because obviously Lassiter's Reef, there's so much gold there that gold would be absolutely valueless. Such is the scale of it. I had a look at it midweek. Bloody hell. Honestly, it's just a full shitload. So, a tip. If you do have gold shares, get rid of them. They are real turkeys. Gold search, forget it. Get on. Get off board as quickly as possible. This is my tip.
Now back to you, Aaron.
Thank you, gentlemen. And that's the news from the rural and regional Australia. I'm Aaron Baddeley, professional golfer.
Yes. Aaron, look, I love looking at your website, badge.com. It's a mine, an absolute mine of interesting information. And one thing there, you put in a lot of recipes. A lot of recipes. Can you cook all the things on your website?
Yeah, I cook every one on there, and that's actually a requirement. I have to be able to cook it to put it on there.
And how long have you been interested in the cooking caper?
I guess I actually did cooking in year 10.
Cooking in 10?
And
yes.
then I really got into it this year.
And do you have any favourite TV chefs? You know, like when I was a kid? Ian Hewitson, or that Jamie Jury, or Nigella Lawson, or there's heaps of them on.
Yeah, there's a lot on, but I can't say I do. There's lots on in America as well, and I don't no idea what channel they're on either. So
right.
I just make it up as I go.
You make it up as you go. Have you thought about a cooking show yourself? Golf and cooking, or cooking for golf? I mean, it's a simple idea.
It's a good idea, but I don't think it would work.
No. We just might need a little bit of refinement, maybe an extra thing. Jockeys, cooking for jockeys and golfers. You know, obviously one of them wouldn't eat too much and the other one should...
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. No matter what you eat.
Yes.
How's your swing going? Because I noticed you got into a bit of trouble. You were slicing, weren't you, Aaron?
Yeah, I was literally losing it right.
Yeah, yes. Now, slices are, gee, a slice you can talk to, but a hook won't listen. That's the story.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. Mercifully, you weren't hooking, you were slicing. So you called him a swing guru. That's David Ledbetter, is that right?
David Ledbetter.
Now, what makes him a swing guru? What is a swing guru?
Swing gurus, I guess, David's coached a lot of major winners. A lot of guys to win the US Masters, British Opens, things like that.
Yep. Nick Faldo, I think, is one of his judges.
Nick Faldo, Nick Price.
Nick Price?
Yeah. And these guys, I guess he's been in the game for probably about 20 years now.
Yep.
To coach a lot of guys, and over the years, obviously, developed theories and learn a lot over the years, and he's actually really good. Straight away, he picked up some problems.
What was wrong with your swing?
Well, I guess it was what he thought. My legs were too straight out of dress, so that locks your lower body, so you can't turn properly. So if you don't turn properly, you can't hit it.
Right. Exactly right, exactly.
So,
look, something I have noticed, I'm glad that's fixed the problem?
Yeah, and a couple other things as well.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Right. Looking at the ball, for instance?
Yeah, that always helps.
I noticed in your early days, and you're still in early days, but in the real early days, you didn't think about your golf at all. I mean, you just went out there, there's the ball, hit it.
Yeah.
There's the ball, hit it. These days, you're looking at the ball and thinking a little bit, then hitting it. That's the problem. Because I think any thought, any thinking whatsoever is the enemy of golf and is the enemy of swing. You've got to eliminate all thought. Has anyone ever told you that?
I think you mentioned it earlier.
In the dressing room.
But besides that, not really.
Is it a confidence caper? You know, like, you know, the whole golf game, you know, it's just having a little bit of faith in yourself that you won't lock up downstairs and, you know, they won't throw the hip out and then that won't revert to the shoulder and then all of a sudden the mind sharp stuff.
Like this.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Is there a confidence level that you've got to sort of somehow put aside the doubt that you can't do it and that enables you to do it?
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of why I went to see David, was that to erase my doubts. Go out there, not think, and play good.
Play good. Now, the Shark, you've spent a bit of time with Sharky.
Yeah, I have.
Unfortunately, he hasn't played the 12th fixture this year, and so he won't be on the US PGA Tour next year, sadly, in my view. Sharky, he never had confidence, did he? That was his problem. No confidence. Have you noticed that in the bloke? You know, with his cooking, with everything he does?
Well, for starters, he has a cook, so he can't expand on his confidence with his cooking.
No.
That's a problem.
His choice of car, he's now with Toyota.
Yeah.
He was with Holden before. You know, no confidence in the Holden. I don't know where the bloke's thinking.
Yeah, I mean, either.
No,
Ford's
good.
pretty good. Ford's all right.
Yes, Ford's good.
He goes forward.
Yes.
Now, OK, with Sharky, has he given you some good advice?
Yeah, he's been great. I actually stayed at his house last year, and
Which bedroom did you stay in?
I stayed in the beach house, right on the beach.
Right on the beach?
Looking into the...
Yeah. And what about his other place in Florida? Have you been to that one?
Yeah, he got like his house, and then on the, and at the end of the road is the beach house.
That's where we stayed.
About 3 or 4 kilometres away.
Fantastic.
Seems like that, 7 times a night.
Now, Butch Harmon, I think Butch Harmon is a clown, an idiot. And I've said so to his face. What do you think of Butch? He's another swing guru. What do you think
He is a swing guru, obviously.
I think he coaches Tiger Woods, doesn't he?
Yeah, rumours have it.
Yeah, well, I think he's a clown too. So what do you think of that? Butch and Tiger?
I guess Tiger's sort of onto a good thing at the moment, but I don't really know Butch that well, and yeah, it doesn't really...
Well, I wouldn't bother getting to know him.
No, that's...
He's hoping.
Now, one of the things on the site, badge.com, it says you're studying anatomy. And as I understand it, you're studying anatomy by just reading about it and sort of fiddling about with people and wondering what's going on and stuff like that. Is that a fair enough thing? You're not actually enrolling in a course?
Yeah.
And this actually is a bit of a, how would I say, a sort of a way that you do things is largely by trying them out, like the cooking. You try it out. If it doesn't work, you don't do it. And if it does work, you put it on the site and let other people have a go at it. Now, is anatomy that simple?
If you're interested and get the right books, you want to get good books. Very thorough. And you can, and if you learn about it, and then you put into work at the gym. So I go to the gym a fair bit.
Yes.
So then you put into action. You can feel the muscles. You see how they work and things like that.
Now that comes back to the problem of the swing guru and you. Couldn't you diagnose that you were locking up downstairs? with the hips, and that was throwing the whole game out?
Well,
Or did that come later?
That came later. That
Right.
came because my old swing guru, he couldn't find the problem. So that was locking up downstairs.
Now, you're not playing the Australian Open this year, are you? You're going to the American Golf Summer School, is it? The Tour School.
That's right.
Now, what's that about? Is that to get up some points to play the US circuit?
Yeah, the US Tour, I go there, I'll play 6 rounds, and then after that, if I finish in the top 35, I get to play in America full-time next year, so I can pick and choose what events I want to play.
Which is what you'd like to do, play in America rather than Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Since I was 13, I wanted to play in America. Right. And if I played in Europe, it's a great tour, a lot of good tournaments there,
yes.
But my heart just wouldn't be as in it if it was compared to America.
Well, next time you win an Open, you'll have to have a belt holding up your +4s, and maybe this fabulous buckle could be on the front. Oops, there it is there, on the front of the, where are we? Sorry. I forgot all about that, and then I remembered it. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, that goes on the front of the pants, and that'll be a fabulous tribute to your time here on the dump. And Aaron, we wish you all the best, and hope you crack it in America big time. Remember, leave it pretty loose downstairs, and